Yeah.
with you coming, with you mentioning that you're bisexual, how did you tell like your community about this, or like even
Mm.
like family and friends? Like, did you open up to like your family and friends, and like how did you tell your
Hmm.
community on Twitch or whatnot about this, or was you just like, I'm just gonna put the tag? I don't have to explain myself to you all. You'll see it. If you gotta ask me a question, I'll answer it, but it's none of y'all
That's
business like
a
that.
great question because I think that it's always kind of been like it's none of people's business, but sometimes I'll feel comfortable talking about it more because I've never really been fully out to my family because they're black and Filipino, like neither, at least in my experience, like it's not really accepting overall as a culture of like queer people.
It's only
Um,
acceptable if you're a woman. No.
no, no,
To
I
the
mean that's real.
majority.
No, 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 that's totally real, and like that's something that like one of my siblings tried to come out, my younger siblings, and that was really hard. Um, just because I mean, you know how family is.
Yeah.
And I think I try to be a safe person for my siblings to talk to about that stuff, but it's definitely one of those things where you just kind of don't talk about it, which is, it's sad, but it's just a reality. But I feel like I always had the like LGBTQIA plus tag off and on, but now I took it off because I don't know. And I feel like some people probably throw shade at me within not from my friends, but because I don't have it on, but I just kind of felt like it's not really anybody's business. Like I have it in my channel rules that this is a space that is accepting of marginalized people from all backgrounds. And if anybody says anything that, I feel like it's harmful, like I'll talk to them about that. And I talk about my sexuality openly when it comes to like love and relationships. I'm not like a lewd person on stream. It's not totally family friendly because sometimes people will talk about having crushes on fictional characters and things like that, but it's definitely very tame compared to, some of my friends' streams. But
Yeah. So you are, so if it's none of their business, now I'm kind of curious. So if it's none of their business and whatnot, and you really haven't like told your family or whatnot, so when you were, I guess, not talking to the men, especially like your boyfriend now and whatnot,
mhm.
were you keeping the others like private, or were you more secretive with them? Like, were you like talking to them like behind closed doors and not really coming public
um,
with it?
I definitely was public within my circle of friends, but not with my family. But my family,
Oh,
like I
okay.
said, is really small, and it was kind of one of those things where I kept that part of my life separate from them just because they were really loving in some ways, but I think that that would have just been something that a conversation I couldn't have with them. And I think I just understood that and I know not everyone's going to like this answer, and that's okay, but I chose what I felt like was right for me, which was just keeping that separate from them. And if they want to know about my personal life, I'll talk to them about it. But as soon as they start getting weird and kind of mean about it, I'm like, I put my foot down and say, like, I don't appreciate you making these comments about people that I care about, or, my friends that they find out are, um, like queer too. And that's made family events sometimes kind of tricky because, stuff's going to come up in conversation just around the dinner table. But
Yeah.
and truthfully, there's been less and less of me doing that, say for like my really, really close family, like my siblings and my grandma. Like I'll still see, but I don't really go to family reunions that much. And I don't really talk about that on stream because I feel like a lot of people come to my stream just to kind of take their mind off of those sorts of things that they're dealing with. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to talk about them. Like I'm definitely, if it comes up in conversation, like I'll entertain it and we can have a discussion about it. But I think that one thing that's made me feel resilient as a creator is knowing how much of myself, of my deepest personal life, I want to bring to my platform, and which parts I'd rather keep for like conversations like this where, this is more personal, and people can kind of opt in to hearing that versus, just trying to, they had a hard day at work and they, just want to watch me play a cute game and talk about like